girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their
Dude, what are you doing? This isn't even a competition.
What are you?
I'm your subconscious. Somehow, you made this decision so difficult that your brain just blinked me into some sort of physical representation. Now, make a decision before the other guy shows up.
Other guy?
Yeah, sorry I'm late. I got lost in the dark thoughts. What are we debating? Righting wrongs and yes, madam. Right. Obvious choice is yes, no. Remember what happened with that movie? You got so hyped because the final fight scene you watched on YouTube 1,000 times, it's so good, oh my god. And then what happened? The movie let you down. Only by the limited action, you still thought the movie was funny. This isn't Fat Samurai Guy presents comedy versus. It's action versus. Action versus.
He makes a good point. I mean, Cynthia Rothrock, Yuen Biao, Melvin Wong, Peter Cunningham, Karen Shepard. I mean, yeah, this movie is an action juggernaut.
Yes, madam has Cynthia Rothrock too, and I'll take your Karen Shepard and I'll raise you a Michelle Yeoh, a pre-Super Cop Michelle Yeoh, a pre-Dixon Poon. Dixon Poon.
Michelle Yeoh is amazing. This movie also does have Dick Wei, Fat Chung. Melvin Wong is even in this.
Why are you debating this? Action versus. One of these movies has quality and quantity well over the other one. Hurry up and make a decision. These votes are supposed to be like a minute long. Luke, you must go to the Dagobah system. Also, Leia is going to try to French you later. Don't let her.
I've made a choice.
Finally. Later, nerd.
Hi guys, my name is Therese. I am a filmmaker based in Sydney, Australia, and whilst it was a very tough choice picking between Yes Madam and Righting Wrongs, I am gonna have to go with Yes Madam now. Yen Biu kicks ass in everything that he does, and the final stunt that he does in Righting Wrongs is pretty insane. It's nuts. But you can't go past the team up between Cynthia Rothrock and Michelle Yeoh, especially in the final fight sequence.
Yo, man. What's good, man? This is Frankie Balboa, aka the Shogun Supreme from Times Square Kung Fu and Fat Samurai. Ooh, I love you for this one. This is what I'm talking about. So we doing Yes Madam versus Righting Wrongs, and I definitely have to say Yes Madam. We're talking about the fight here, not the story, because, you know, Righting Wrongs definitely has the better story, but terrible finale, disgusting. Like, I'm like, whatever, doesn't matter what version you pick for the ending. But Yes Madam, and for an abundance of reasons. Better fashion. That's why I'm looking at all you guys in your little Zoom boxes. Better fashion, man. Them ladies killed it, crush it, man. I love those little short haircuts on them ladies. Number two, the diverse and unique locations and settings for the fights and locations. You have a nice bar sequence with vibrant colors. Michelle Yeoh, Cynthia Rothrock versus Dick Wade, where it transitions into the bathroom, and they got some nice tight angles in those fight sequences. And the airport scene, that thing is intense, amazing, with the Romeo Diaz soundtrack blasting along. And something that I didn't see at the time was how the editing was done in that film, where it transitions to a nice overhead shot where my man jumps over the turnstile, and then it transitions to a nice long pan shot of Michelle Yeoh doing an ECW leg drop on Homeboy. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, the editing in that film reminded me how impactful and influential the editing was for Prodigal Son, which a lot of people didn't see at the time. So Yes Man has all of that, and Right and Wrongs is way a lot more linear. Yeah, you have a nice scene in the parking lot with Yoon Bu, you know, with the cars and doing all this bobbing and weaving. But other than that, it's just a straightforward approach and doesn't have anything that escalates all the way up compared to Yes Man, especially that finale for Yes Man, and that's still being referenced to this day. I mean, a lot of Girls with Guns films reference Michelle's top balcony sequence going through the glass, grabbing Homeboy from the booty ankles, and some of those Girls with Guns films, especially in Angel Terminators 1, where you see Peng Chang Cheng do it. So yeah, man, definitely Yes Madam all day, every day, man. And you already know, Frankie Balboa signing out. Peace.
Hello, Preston and everybody at the Kung Fu Movie Dojo. This is Jose Manuel, the man from Kathmandu, and you can also catch me in Fist of the Condor with Marco Saror. On our verses today, you say we have Yes Madam and Right and Wrongs. And these two movies have one common denominator that makes them both worth watching, and that is Cynthia Rothrock. But I have to pick one, and we have Michelle Yeoh and Cynthia Rothrock in Yes Madam, and we have Yuan Bu and Cynthia Rothrock in Right and Wrongs, and Corey Juen is directing both. This should be a draw. And I'm going to go off topic and make an honorable mention because I recently saw Magnificent Warriors with Michelle Yeoh, and I have to say that that movie beats the hell out of this too. But to get to the point and being fair, I've watched Right and Wrongs more than once. I mean, Yuan Bu versus Cynthia Rothrock. That's the versus I want to see. So my pick for this round is going to be Right and Wrongs. I send you a big hug, Preston, and I hope to see you soon at the dojo, brother.
Greetings all, Fanatical Dragon here. So sorry that I can't be here to join you guys tonight. Work came up at the last minute and has stopped me participating. Desperately wanted to get into these two because two absolute titans this time round. I'm going Right and Wrongs versus Yes Madam was always going to be a really tough debate. I cannot predict which one's going to come out on top. Absolutely adore both movies. Right and Wrongs probably my favourite Yun Biao single sort of starring performance when he's not with his two other dragons in a single movie. And I think he does a really good job as the kind of, if Daredevil could see, that kind of lawyer by day, vigilante by night. Absolutely incredible and a pretty hardcore movie in places. And that whole opening act of kind of blowing up an apartment full of kids. Pretty rough, but yeah, really good. And Yun Biao incredible in the film. Cynthia Rothrock great in a sort of supporting role in this. Versus Yes Madam, easily my favourite Michelle Yeoh movie from that period. My all-time favourite Cynthia Rothrock movie. And I think overall between the two, I gotta go with Yes Madam. The comedy hits better. For me, it works much better than in the Lucky Stars movies. Really like the kind of the old guys. We're getting David Chang and Richard Ng and Sammo Hung with grey up hair in the hospital doing their little cameo. And I love the sort of comedy triple bill of John Shum, Mang Hoi and the director Choi Hark in a pretty incredible acting performance, but really it's this last reel, that kind of incredible fight between Cynthia Rothrock, Michelle Yeoh going toe to toe against Chung Fat and Dick Wei that kind of wins it out for me. I think overall better action, more intense action in that last reel, and I think just all around, I think for me ever so slightly better movie, but god damn it, it's never been as close as it is this time around. So between the two, I'm going with Yes Madam. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great time tonight. I'll look forward to checking out and seeing which one came up on top. Please check out my channel if you haven't had a chance. I've been the Fanatical Dragon. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.
Yo, it's your boy Nathan Gearin here, multi-award-winning film director and fight choreographer. What can I say? Yes Madam and Right and Wrongs, aka Above the Law. Both awesome films, so good films. Like Corey Yen really killed it on both of these movies. these films, they both deal with like justice, but in almost like a tragic kind of way, where like the heroes of both movies, they don't they don't really meet like happy endings and stuff. Justice is served, but it's almost kind of like bittersweet, and that is also surprising, seeing how many like alternate endings that Above the Law, aka Right and Wrong, has. But for me, kind of like that's where about the similarities kind of like ends. For me on these films, because like Yes Madam is a real comical film. Obviously, you have Strepsil, Panadol, and Aspirin, played by the late great Mang Hoi, Tsoi Hark, and John Sham, who was also Curly in Twinkle Twinkle Lucky Stars. Those three together are a great combination with this film. And also the other great combination is, of course, Michelle Yeoh and Cynthia Rothrock. Two of the greatest to ever do it in not only Hong Kong but throughout the world. Their end fight where they team up together, absolute gold. Brilliant fight action through this film. And I love kung fu comedies. I love more of a comical kind of element to my kung fu. I'm not gonna lie. Whereas kind of like Right and Wrongs was a bit more moody. Had a real kind of like serious vibe to it. But obviously you had some legendary fights in that with Yen Bu and Melvin Wong, like that 540 kick, like whew, that connected for real, that one. And also obviously the legendary fight between Cynthia Rothrock and Karen Shepherd. Both real awesome films. But for me, like, I don't want to say it, man, because like I say, I love kung fu comedies and things like that. And like, Yes Madam's not, totally a kung fu comedy, but there's so many like comedic aspects in it compared to Right and Wrongs. But like, just in terms of the quality of the fight action in Right and Wrongs, I feel a lot of those hits more in that film. I've got to give it to Right and Wrongs. Only just though, only just. If you haven't already had a chance to go to the film festival and check it out, Flaming Assassin is still doing the rounds on the film festival circuit right now. And I've also got some cool martial arts short films that are in post-production right now. So hopefully I'll be able to drop some awesome kung fu bombs on y'all soon. One love, peace.
Hello, Fran Jane here, the commentator Reese here in New York City. I'm right by the famous Sabar's grocery store, right here on Upper West Side. See how nice the weather is today? So anyway, I'm here to talk about Yes Madam versus Right and Wrong. So Yes Madam, fantastic finale, great fights, a star-making vehicle for both Michelle Yeoh and Cynthia Rothrock. With that said, I'm quite surprised actually by the popularity of the film, because the film only really have like about 15 minutes of fight, where the rest are all comedy. But hey, I think people love it. I think Tsoi Hark, the late Mang Hoi, and John Shum, they were fantastic as the kind of like the comedy trio in the film. But of course, it's the fights, man. The fights at the end, just absolutely brilliant. Courtesy of Mang Hoi. Michelle Yeoh kicks ass. Cynthia Rothrock, of course, kick ass the moment she arrived at the Kai Tak Airport, right? So I completely understand why Yes Madam is such a beloved classic. With that said, Right and Wrong is a fantastic film. The vigilante theme, the great characterization by Yuen Bu and Cynthia Rothrock. Some fantastic fights. With Yuen Bu, Karen Shepherd, Peter Cunningham, and of course that wonderful finale with that absolutely batshit crazy stunt at the end, on the plane, And I just think that in terms of the balance of action, I just think Right and Wrong has more action and it's more evenly paced, whereas Yes Madam tends to be just a little bit more too comedy oriented. Still, I mean, it's a great film, no doubt about it. But for me, my vote goes to Right and Wrongs. Until next time, take care and bye-bye, and come to New York. Bye-bye.